and welcome to episode number 16 of Over Theologizing. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Joe, and today we will be talking about Theo Von and why Calvinism's wrong. Stick around. I'm just going to wait. You go ahead. You go first this time.
Oh, I go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Tyler. What a naturally occurring conversation we have here. How are you today?
Totally unscripted, as usual. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm doing good. How are you?
Dude, I love food. Do you like food?
Man. Just a little bit.
I love food. You know, I've been cooking more lately, and I used to cook as a profession for many years. And I kind of miss it, man. I've been cooking a lot more lately.
In only the finest establishments, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you know, my kitchen. Oh, you mean in the past? Like where
professionally. Yeah.
One of them, yeah. But, you know, the others were like fast food and stuff like that. But hey, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Am I right? But even fast food has its place, you know? It's kind of like Bible reading. You can sit down and you can fine dine with your Bible and you can dig in for hours and read your commentary alongside of it. But sometimes you can just have that fast, quick, you know, couple verses that you need for the, you know, just to get you through. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think.
No. I think it's better to do that than to get no nourishment at all.
Boom. I would tell you to drop your mic, but I don't want you to break it.
No, it's going to stay right here.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. Food is just like cooking in the first place is awesome. It's like the most personal thing you can do for a person is cook for them. You're literally giving them something that they're going to put inside of their body. And then you know, eating food. Who doesn't like eating food? Name one person. Jesus loved eating food, I guarantee you.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before at least once. It's probably, knowing me, it's been multiple times. But that's something that my pastor, Lance, will say a lot, is just, you know, randomly during a sermon. And it'll be at a relevant point. So it's not like he's just like randomly throwing it in there. But like at various times throughout the year, he'll just say, "Thank you, God, for taste buds." You know, he was like, he doesn't have to. We could totally be fed off of something that's bland and tasteless, and it wouldn't matter because, you know, but God saw fit for us to enjoy that.
Yep.
And I got to say, I'm 100% with him. I'm a fan of so many different flavors, and the cooking experience is also a fun one.
You like cooking as well?
Oh, I probably cook more than my wife does. And some of that is strictly out of because I want to try something. And I have kind of come up with my own recipe a handful of times, and I just have fun with it. I mean, I really honestly picked up a lot of it from my dad, where like he'll go like raid the spice cabinet and like be smelling stuff and sprinkle that in. Yeah, okay, what about this one? You know, oh no, put that back. You know,
yeah. That's the lovely thing about cooking as well. This is not legalistic. You know, you do what you do, and if it ends up tasting good, then hey, you know, you did it. That's the goal.
Yeah, so it's really funny. Like,
unlike baking. Baking is legalistic.
Oh, it's a science. It's an exact science. Yeah.
Strictly.
Unless you like really, really know what you're doing, and I don't. So
no.
No, but I always get a kick out of it because like I don't like baking very much. I have a handful of times. And it's always in the areas that I can kind of skirt around the rules, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like I made cinnamon rolls one time, and it was like I followed that recipe for the dough to a T. But like when it came time to make like the cinnamon filling and the icing, I was just like, whatever, I'll throw that together.
Have fun
like,
with it. Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Like you're not going to tell me that I only have to use that I can only use so much butter. Like it's going to have more.
Yeah.
But like that's my thing with cooking. I will always pull up probably more than one recipe for something that I'm wanting to make,
Mm.
and then basically just use that as a very basic guideline for like the ingredients that I'm going to need. And then I'm always going to judge it based on how many cloves of garlic they tell you to use, because it's never enough. It's always
The
like just
correct answer is
disregard.
9.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so, I saw someone very wise online once say, never only use one clove of garlic unless the recipe is how to cook one clove of garlic. And even then, use two just in
Just to be
case.
safe, just to be safe, yeah.
And I live my life by that.
Yeah, that's a good way to live your life right there.
I am a garlic fiend. I love it so
Yeah.
much.
Have you made a garlic confit?
I have not. I have done the roasting trick, where you put it in the tin foil, sprinkle a little oil, salt, and pepper, and then you ball that up, put it in the oven.
Yeah,
But I have not confit. Um,
it's good.
yeah, I don't know. I've just never gotten around to it.
Yeah, just
Oh, I'm
spread it
sure it
on some
is.
toast. Oh,
Just that as a spread. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure it's great.
yeah. Yeah, there's a few desserts, that I like to bake. I love making souffle just to, like, show off and stuff like that, but, yeah, mostly I'm just like, you know, let me do the main course, and then we'll, like, scoop some ice cream into a bowl for dessert. Call that
Yeah,
good. Yeah. Or eat a SpongeBob popsicle like I did tonight.
right.
That works too. All things in their proper place.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I don't know. In most of the baking, I leave up to my wife. She's much handier at baking. I think that some of my problem is just I don't like to follow rules when it
Mm.
comes to cooking, unless they're rules that I agree with already, if that makes sense.
Sounds like man in his natural state right there.
Yeah, that is my relationship with food is by far my most fallen attribute.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, there's someone in particular that everybody, and we're a little bit late on this. We record this bi-weekly, so there's going to be stuff that happens and pops up, and we're naturally late to it because the life cycle of things on the internet is only a couple hours. But
Well, we also, to be fair, Joe, tend to record this not very long before release.
yeah,
So it's pretty current to the time,
true.
when
Yeah,
we say it, you're hearing it not long after we said it.
that is true. But um, there's someone that has been going kind of viral for one of his podcasts recently, and that being Theo Von Tyler. I'm sure. Well, I say I'm sure as if I don't already know. I don't want to mislead the audience as if we haven't talked about this before. Um, I know you have seen the clip we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually went and listened to the whole episode, and the clip was pretty much all you really needed to
That
listen
was
to.
it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of goofy stuff in there, which is fine. I'm not talking bad about Theo. But yeah, that was pretty much it. But yeah, I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just what do you think people should look up? Theo Von. I know Wes Huff did like a reaction to it, and we
Yeah,
like to pump
I
Wes
would
Huff's
say look at
tires.
him. I mean, for one, he had such a great response. And I mean,
Yeah.
he was already on the Joe Rogan Experience, and did a fantastic job, by the way.
Mhm.
Um, and Joe and Theo have talked to each other many times,
Yep.
so um, he certainly has a pretty good in there.
Kinda in the same orbit, yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I know he did a bit of a reaction to it, and I would say just go look at Wes Huff's channel and look at his shorts.
Yeah. It's in there somewhere. If you don't find it at first, that's okay, because you're not gonna hit a bad video in there, but,
Right.
uh, Yeah, I don't know. It was just really interesting because he's talking about, I mean, the question started from someone that sent him a question, and it was basically like, how do I um stop doing certain things? And Theo was responding talking about uh like habits in his life that he has that he wants to get rid of, and he has this story that he's living and he wants a new story. And he talks about praying on his podcast like frequently. I see clips all the time of him talking about God in some way or another, talking about praying. But it seemed really obvious to me listening to that clip that he's in this like crossroads in his life. It really seems like, and I was gonna say, you know, there's so many celebrities in the recent past, like Kanye and who else? I don't know. There's a bunch of them. I don't
He was
follow.
definitely the biggest.
Yeah,
Kanye was definitely the biggest.
there's been a bunch. I just don't really follow pop culture all that closely, but I don't I don't know. I guess that's kind of my point is that I don't really care what celebrities think. Like we don't God doesn't
Yeah,
need Kanye West to become a Christian to draw a bunch of people.
right.
Um God doesn't need Theo Von to become a Christian to draw a bunch of people. But it seems like all these celebrities are kind of using that as social capital in some way or another. You know, like whether it's to repair their public image or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And I don't know, with Theo it seems like, I don't know the guy. I've never met him, but it seems to be like this genuine, I mean, he was in tears. Like it doesn't seem fake to me. Uh
Well, and okay, let me just interrupt you for a second.
yeah.
Um, I I would say be cautious. Only like because we have seen this. You know,
Mhm.
it seemed like Kanye was making some interesting strides. It was really interesting to watch, and then it was just like, oh no, it turns out you're just crazy, and like he might actually think that he's God.
Yeah.
Um, but no, like I see some stuff from Theo that I'm finding interesting. Because that's not the only time that I've seen him talk about God
Yeah.
and this idea of like brokenness.
Mhm.
And for the listener, basically like there's a lot of this talk about, praying and kind of praying in a way that seems almost more mature than like what we tend to think of when we think of prayer.
Like more
Like God
mature
even
than most Christians that I know pray.
yeah, like basically like, hey God, I need you to help me get this, help me get past this area of my life and the parts of me that don't want to surrender that, help me there too. Like it was
Mhm.
this very like very deep kind of thoughtful prayer.
Yeah.
So like to me the part that's interesting is like I don't know that I've ever heard a lot of these like celebrity conversions kind of go in that direction
Yeah.
where there's like he's broken.
Mhm.
And it's funny to me like hearing some of his like comedy and the way that he interacts with people through comedy on podcasts or in stand-up routines or whatever. um it is it seems like that brokenness is so apparent
Yeah.
by way of like I'm going to mask my pain and my lostness through humor,
Yeah.
because if I can make you laugh then maybe I can just forget about the emptiness that I feel.
Yeah.
And for anybody that isn't familiar with him at all, this is also somebody who has struggled for a long time with drugs and other sexual things. Like um, I know he's talked about in some clips that I've never actually like listened to his podcast. I've listened to him on Joe Rogan before, um, but like most of it's just been through like clips.
Mhm.
But like he's talked about like pornography addiction, as well as like cocaine addiction. And he's
Mhm.
actually been sober for a few years from that, and it's
Yeah.
been like a really big deal, to the point where like he won't drink and do other things either, um, just to help keep him away from a lot of that. Which so that's been like really interesting to watch. So, but yeah, it's been really interesting to me to see this kind of like transformation. Um, and maybe transformation isn't really the right word. Maybe it's really just that like we're finally seeing this more raw, like open about brokenness side of
Yeah.
Theo.
Yeah, well, he's always, I don't know about always. For a while now, he's been open about, like, depression and things like that, and he openly talks about it, and, like, this isn't the first time he's broken down in tears on his podcast, like, I've seen several clips of that, and I don't like, that's kind of the difference to me between him and some of these other celebrities is he doesn't really have, like, that thin veil of, like,
Yeah.
I'm different from you type of thing that
Yeah.
most celebrities have. Yeah, it's almost like, yeah, I'm an actual person still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's definitely always come across like very raw.
yeah.
Um,
But he's more open now with, like you were saying, some of the maybe deeper things that are pulling at him right now.
and I hope that that's genuine. I genuinely hope that what we're seeing is kind of like real time someone being transformed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you talk that way coming from a background like his.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think you talk that way accidentally.
Yeah.
It definitely, seems to bear a lot of the like there's something going on there.
Yeah.
I think, and I hope,
Yeah.
like I can't draw a conclusion there, but like
I mean, I think he said enough for us to say, like, he's not there yet.
yeah.
He's straight up like
Well,
one hit.
especially if like right after that he's going off on
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. But one of the, like, his whole kind of monologue there, he was talking about having a different story. And he actually talked about Matthew chapter 5. I believe is Matthew chapter 5, right?
I
Um,
want to say that that's correct. No, it was John 5.
John 5. Okay. Yeah. And it was a sick man at the well, right?
Yeah, the pool. Uh, so the pool of Bethany or something like that.
Yeah. I almost said Bethsaida. Bethany sounds way more.
I don't know.
It's
It
not
it might be
Bethsaida.
that. Okay, so for the listener, we keep saying how we would be really, really
Yeah.
bad at our own games.
Which, by the way, do we give him a little teaser?
No, not
Okay.
yet. I
All right.
I I need to hammer out some
That's
details.
fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe we could tease it
Yeah.
after that.
All
But
right. Anyway, forget about that. Editor, cut
yeah,
it out.
you heard nothing.
Yeah. Tyler's the editor. But anyway, yeah, and he was talking about being healed and had a really profound, I would go as far as calling it exegesis of the passage and what it means to be healed. And that's where he came up with this kind of motif of having a different story. And he recognized that he might not be ready for that new story, which to me sounds exactly like counting the cost. It sounds like he's not sure if he's ready to give up some of those things, and especially, it's harder for a rich man to go into heaven than, or it's harder for, what am I doing?
It's easier for
It's
a
easier
camel.
for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to, yeah,
There you go.
enter the kingdom of heaven. Yes. I scripture scrambled that in my brain. And but
You were
anyway,
almost there the whole time.
yeah. Um and he has a lot. I mean, he has I'm sure plenty of money right now, and I'm sure he has whatever he wants coming his way, whether that's drugs or women or cars and clothes and whatever man uh, tries to use to fill that void in themselves with. But I think he's probably both recognizing that that doesn't work for him, doesn't really work for anybody. But also at the same time, I think he's kind of counting the cost and whether he's going to have to lose XYZ, whether it's friends in stand up, the comedy realm that he's in, which I don't I'm sure there's plenty of people that would still care for him, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that would revile him because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Um,
It definitely reeks of the rich young ruler,
yeah,
like it
yeah,
fits that motif where it's like, and he went away sad.
yeah. But he hasn't. At least it
He hasn't gone away,
doesn't seem as if he's completely. And we don't know. You know, I don't know when that was recorded. As of right now, it was what that came out a few weeks ago, I think,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say a couple weeks.
yeah, and who knows when how long before that it was recorded. So I just pray for Theo. You know, uh, I don't I don't know what's going on there, but it just seems like God is tugging at his heart.
Yeah, actually, so I actually reached out to him, both on Instagram and on his like contact me on his website. Just reaching out, and I basically said like, look, I don't even know if he'll ever actually even see my message. I don't know if he's manages his own stuff or if he's got his own team or how that works. Um, but I told him I was like, dude, I would love to talk to you more about Jesus. Just a couple of guys. I told him we could totally just have him on the show, or we could just have like kind of a meeting. I would love to, for me and you to sit down with him
Yeah,
if that ever were to happen. I think it would be cool. Um, basically, it was just like, yeah, I would, it seems like you're searching for something, and I believe that I have the truth that you're looking for. So I would love to talk through some of that with you. So we'll see. Like, I don't know if that'll ever happen. Even so much as just an acknowledgement of it,
yeah,
even. But yeah, I'd definitely be praying. Of course, like right after that, I see Wes Huth, talking about it, and they're just like, oh well,
There's levels to this, Tyler.
yeah, I know. I was like, far more qualified. Please talk to Wes, but like also,
Yeah,
you know,
we could talk to you too. But yeah, I don't know. I like that's something we can all relate to, I think. Maybe not everybody. I guess if you came to faith at a younger age, maybe there was less of it, but um we can all relate. Like when I became a Christian, there was things that I had to stop doing. And there was friends that I lost. And you know, that is a cost. When you weigh it next to grace, it's absolutely nothing. But at least in the moment, it seems like a significant cost. And so what you have to do is realize, you have to put each one on a scale and realize that this one's like way down here, the drugs and the money and the friends that aren't really your friends and the clothes and the cars and whatever. For someone like him, not all of us had all that. Uh it's way down here, and the grace of God, relation with him, being having the ability to be with him and enjoy him forever is way way up higher. Uh, and I do have um I guess sympathy would be the appropriate word, but I feel for a guy that has much more than I had, and I recognize the difficulty of that decision for a guy that, I mean, by all metrics is rich and famous, you know?
Right, right.
Like, I think as Christians, two things can be true. We can recognize that God's grace and salvation is far beyond any of that. But also at the same time, when you're not even a Christian, I was almost going to say a baby Christian. You're not even a Christian. You don't have any comprehension other than maybe just knowing certain facts about God's promises. Uh, that decision seems a lot harder. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. We all, I suppose, have that decision to make at some point in our lives, and yeah, I just pray that
It's just
God,
looked quite different for some of us.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah, and you could say the cost is a lot higher for him. Really, like I said again, like the cost, the gain on investment. Shout out Jesse. I'll use a financial term for you. The return on investment (ROI), um, no matter how much you have in this world, is astronomical on the gospel. Any investment that you make into God, and this now I'm going to sound like a prosperity preacher, but you guys know what I'm saying. Uh, don't don't donate to men, donate to your church, don't give men jets, but the return on investment, whether it's financial or uh, giving up, doing drugs, or being promiscuous, whatever it is, obeying God, the return is astronomical.
Well, and, basically, like, it's what Paul said. All of these things are not even worthy to be compared to the
Hmm.
glory that awaits. And that's part of faith, trusting God that that's accurate.
Hmm.
you know, there's a lot in this life that it seems to offer us, but when you compare against where it ultimately leads you, um, yeah, it's nothing but a trap.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, uh, it's hard because especially for a guy like Theo, um, I relate a lot to a ton of the things he talks about. Um, if you go and listen to his podcast, you could find out what I'm talking about. But he talks about depression and why he's depressed and abandonment issues and all kinds of stuff like that. And I think for people that have issues like that, sometimes it can be hard seeing God the Father as like anything different than maybe your earthly father, the example set before you. And if you feel like you aren't seen as good for anything by your earthly father, you're probably going to feel the same way. Like, why would God want anything to do with me? Why would the Father want anything to do with me? But the reality is that God absolutely longs to have something to do with you, and yeah, he loves you more than anybody ever could. Get a little cheesy on this episode for you, but it's true. And I don't know. Theo likely won't ever listen to this, but even
If
if
you're
you,
listening.
yeah, even if you feel as though you don't matter to anybody on this planet, you do matter to God. And He has given you the breath in your lungs. He has given you everything you have. And those gifts, the ones that are good anyway, uh, He gave you because He loves you. God shows grace to everybody, whether believer or not, whether elect or reprobate. He shows grace to everybody. He has love for everybody. Uh, so I understand it can be hard to comprehend that, but it is true.
Good word. Good word.
You think
Well,
you think we should send this over to him? Maybe he'll listen.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it.
It's worth a shot.
No, it was definitely like just an interesting kind of thought process that I went through writing out that message, and even just kind of offering to talk with him at all. Like I said, knowing full well that if he even sees it, the chances that he'll reach out to some schmoes on the internet are slim to none. But the Lord had something to say about that, and that was, "You have not because you ask not." So
Mm,
can't fault a guy for trying.
yeah. Yeah, and, like he said, I guess I keep acting as though he's gonna actually listen to this. I don't know why, but we're not like,
Confidence, Joe.
yeah,
Just walk with
yeah.
it.
Um, the point of you contacting him is not like, hey, we need to get this famous guy on and boost our numbers. It's like, no, we care about this guy. He's a fellow image bearer of God, and yeah, it'd be awesome to see. Uh,
Well, I think I even said something like, selfishly, I would love to have you on the podcast, just because, like, it would probably do really well for our podcast. But more importantly, I want to talk with you,
yeah,
and if that means that we don't record a thing, I'm okay with that. I
yeah.
just would love the opportunity to share the gospel with you, and talk to you about this truth that you seem to be searching for, because I know what the truth is. So I want to tell you that truth.
Mm,
That was essentially the gist of the message. And it was fairly long. Like, I explained who I was, and that I have a podcast, and all that. But yeah, no, like I said, I don't even know. Matter of fact, I'll check it real quick. I don't think he even has seen it.
yeah. Well, and you got to think a guy like that probably has millions of messages in his back catalog, but
Yeah.
you never know. You
Yeah.
never
So
know.
has not read my message on Instagram. No idea, but maybe he's read the email. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Is this is kind of a change in topic, but earlier in my walk uh, at my old job, I had a lot more opportunity to evangelize. I had there's another route job, but I would be in the same at the same stops at the same time every week, like on the same days. So I would see a lot of the same people, was able to build up a lot of relationships with people and, talk to them while I worked and everything. And there were some really good things that came from that. Some people that at least outwardly and immediately in that moment seemed to be converted. But that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately is like and it was interesting, like the timing with Theo, the, him talking about his prayer life. Oh, I say prayer life. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. His prayers and being more honest with God. I used to pray that God would use me to change people, and I think I was probably more selfish with it earlier on when I had more opportunity. And now lately, it's almost like I'm praying like back then I would pray, "Hey, God, use me and make me like this super cool evangelist and like make me look real smart and awesome and stuff, like have people weep when I preach the gospel to them." And now it's more like, use
Help
me
me not
however you
say
want.
something heretical.
Well, yeah, that too. Absolutely. Cuz that yeah.
Yeah, just use me however you see fit. Yeah.
Yeah, make me look like a fool, you know? Like I need that. a lot of the time. I need to look like a fool to bring me down a notch.
Mhm.
And, be careful what you pray for, guys. I'm just gonna say that, like, when you pray for humility and all that fun stuff, he'll give you it.
Yeah, it
And
usually comes through humiliation.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Same thing for patience. Like, if you pray for patience, he's
Mm,
usually just gonna give you something to be patient over.
yep, yep. That's the main line, yeah, that he goes, which, hey, you know what? He's giving you a yes, so
Yeah,
can't complain. You asked for it, but yeah, I don't know, I don't know why I was thinking of that, but yeah, I've just been, like, more like, make me look like an idiot if you have to, like, do whatever.
yeah. No, exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, prayer, it's really funny, like, I've heard some people discuss that, and obviously, like, from our perspective, taking the more, like, reformed based route of, like, sovereignty, and how does predestination and man's, culpability tie in and all this kind of stuff. When we pray, does it really change God's mind and all that kind of stuff? And somebody once told me, like, one of the main things for prayer, one of the main like roles of prayer in the Christian world is less about getting God to do something for you, but is to more closely align our hearts and minds with
yeah,
Him.
absolutely.
And so, like, I think that's exactly like what you're talking about, and kind of what we've been discussing before about, what Theo's praying. It's that realness of, like, God, I'm broken.
Mhm.
I need you to change my life. And these areas that I'm not ready to give you, help me be ready. You know? Like, that's a change over, like, God, I just want to, like, wake up and be successful, and there's all this stuff that I want. And because, like, in my mind, that's that's most of what's going on, because, like, it's really easy to get caught up in all the stuff you see around you. you know like, even David, as he's talking about, like, all these wicked people are so successful, and here I am trying to be good, and I'm, like, drowning over here.
Yeah.
Like, there's something real about that. um and to see someone who's like trying to acknowledge their fallenness
Mhm.
is it's so interesting to see that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think that's a great example of, like, what prayer actually is,
Mhm.
to see someone kind of steadily over time be shaped more into a, God, just help me be like you.
Yeah. Yeah. I view prayer a few different ways, and, none of them are the vending machine, like,
Of
I
course.
I put my quarter in and
Give me what I
order
want,
my
God. Yeah.
Lamborghini, I press the Lamborghini button, and then God has to give it to me. But, no, like, obviously, like, the main thing, I think, is God is using our own prayers to make us more Christ-like. But also, to the person that questions the point of prayer from a Calvinist perspective, I would question the point of prayer from the Arminian's perspective, because if God isn't sovereign, then there's no point in praying, because he can't change the situation anyway. He can only kind of manipulate things and hope that it turns out for the way that he wants it to. That may sound a little aggressive, but it's, kind of true. But also,
Get aggressive, Joe.
yeah, prayer is so beautiful because it's God using you as an instrument to bring about his will. If God is sovereign over everything, then a prayer is effective because your prayers are and God using you as an instrument to bring about his will.
Mhm.
And that is incredible. Uh, that makes prayer effective. But if God isn't sovereign in the first place, then you might as well not even pray. That's a little too far, maybe. But
No, that that is something that I was, like, kind of thinking on when I was kind of wrestling over this theological, stance,
mhm,
and that was like, well, I've spent much of my life praying that, like, "God, will you just change their hearts?"
yeah,
Not understanding that, like,
but he can't do that, Tyler.
right, yeah, like, if it's it's a matter of, like, "No, but I have to," you know,
Here's
because I
the
see a
thing,
lot of
though.
people that are just so, like, aggressively like, "No, I chose this," and it's like,
Yeah,
"Well, did you?"
yeah,
Because then in like, the same breath, you'll talk about, like, "Lord, change the hearts and help," like, I've prayed that so many times, and it
yeah,
just never really dawned on me, like, this whole starting from the Lord has to move before anything else happens, you
yeah.
know?
But the thing about that is that most Arminians are, um, like, completely inconsistent. I wanted to, like, think of a nicer word, but inconsistent in the best way possible with that, because most Arminian, in fact, almost every Arminian I know would agree, like, yeah, God has to change your heart. And they don't
Right.
really think about it past that, at
Right.
least not along the lines of the rest of their theological convictions. And they kind of pray like Calvinists, but I'm content to just be like, hey, you do you, man. Like you're
Right,
you're you're
yeah.
doing it the right way. You might not be agreeing with yourself over here, but hey, you're doing it the right way. So we
You're
can,
entirely inconsistent, but I
yeah,
love you for it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I seriously have an appreciation for that because there's certain things like I've talked to so many awesome brothers and sisters that are Arminians and they like are vehemently against the C word. It's like a cuss word
Right.
to them.
Yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, like they read Romans 9 or Ephesians 1 and they're just like, yeah, I don't know how that works, but I mean it says it. So and I have such a respect for that. Like, you know, if you wanted to be right the whole way, then you'd become a Calvinist. But, it's totally okay in my eyes anyway. Uh if you're going to disagree, but then like the points where scripture clearly teaches certain things. Uh Romans 8:29, those that he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his son. An Arminian reads that and they're like, I don't really know how that works with the rest of my system, but it says it.
Right.
I have respect for that, you know?
Well, and here's the thing, like, thankfully, thankfully, there is no requirement anywhere in scripture for us to have perfect theology to be saved.
Yeah, I mean, nobody else does except for me. So it would
Right,
just be
well, of
me in
course,
heaven. It
because
would
you're
just,
1689, right?
yeah, it would just, well, yeah, it would just be me up there alone, you know?
Right, yeah. Like, man, my cloud is hot today.
Yeah. Jesus, you want a 1v1 basketball again?
Right, right, right. But no, it's and that's the whole thing, like, heck, I've even said this
uh,
about Calvinism, and, like, this might upset some people, but,
uh-oh. Clip it.
like, yeah, right? Go ahead, get ready,
Yeah.
here it comes. I don't know that, like, I would say that Calvinism certainly isn't a perfect system, as far as, like, a theological system to explain how stuff works, I just think that it's probably, like, the most consistent internally and makes the most sense with scripture as we have it, you
Is
know?
this kinda like when someone says that democracy isn't the best system, it's just the best one we have and that people riot in the streets?
Well,
Is this
so,
kinda
like,
like that?
I don't think that, Calvinism proper, trademark, registered, whatever, was handed down by Christ at Calvary,
Yeah.
Um, but I think, like, for people who are scholars that come after, you know, hundreds of years past Christ walking the earth, and the direct teachings of the apostles. I think they look at scripture and say like this is like the most consistent thing that I can come up with based
Mm.
on what's written here. And I'm so looking forward to when we get to heaven and like we get to like actually hammer out some of these points. Like, what are we going to find out that like we were almost there and not quite? Where were we way off? Like,
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I guess it depends on really what you mean by Calvinism, because I guess I'm doing my best Jordan Peterson impression with that. But
what do you mean by
yeah,
that?
what does Calvinism even mean? Uh, shout out Brian. But anyway.
It's unconscionable.
But yeah, I guess it depends on how far you want to go with what falls under the umbrella of Calvinism. Because if you're just talking about like the soteriological structure of Calvinism, I like I don't know. I guess we'd have to hash that out, and
I'm just
like
saying, like,
I don't know how much wiggle room there is there.
we are no, I agree. And I'm fully on board with the
No, I know
soteriology.
you are. Yeah, I know you are. Yep.
It's really like as it boils down to, like, we still have a what is essentially something handed from on high from a all powerful, omnipresent,
Yeah,
omniscient,
yeah,
and we as like not omniscient
yeah.
creatures
Finite beings.
have to decipher it.
Yeah. No,
And
yeah. I'm.
because none of it makes sense, on its face. Like, it's all by faith, because otherwise we look at it, we're like, why would God, literal God, um do any of this for us? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So like it's all got its entire basis in faith. But basically all I'm saying is like, these are the kind of things that like, I will kind of go down this, not even an exercise, but like just some fun things to think about. Like, when we
Yeah,
get to heaven, like some of our theological opinions and stances, how many of those we're going to find out that we were right,
yeah,
wrong, somewhere close, like,
yeah. Well, 0 for me, but, it's funny, RC Sproul that was a joke, by the way. RC Sproul RC Sproul had that famous quote. He was basically said he has, like, 60% of it down.
right.
I mean, yeah, like, we're definitely off on a lot of things. It's just kind of an interesting, and I wasn't yeah, I'm totally with you. I wasn't trying to accuse you of anything there, but it would just be
Good.
interesting. Yeah. Uh, I just think it'd be interesting to think, like, obviously on the essentials, there's a lot less wiggle room, but on secondary, tertiary stuff, like, you know, I guess that would be kind of like just a numerical exercise, sort of like how much wiggle room can we possibly have on these things, and how much does it
Right.
affect this over here, and then you know, I don't know. There's a lot of smarter men that have thought about this than us, but
Well, in hot take, Calvinism's not primary. I know
boom.
some people are just like getting ready to drive to Florida.
Parts of it are,
Oh, for sure.
but yeah, you don't have to believe in predestination to be saved.
Right.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly in there, but
Yeah. You
whatever.
should. Yeah. You should believe in it because it's, you know, those that he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his son. And Ephesians 1, we can, there's plenty of rabbit holes we can go down with um, proof texting and such, but you should. But at the same time, yeah, like Arminians that have faith, you're good. You'll be up there with
Yeah,
us. And I'll be telling you everything that I thought on earth that was already right because it's all already there. I already got it all.
of course. I mean, first
I
of
don't
all,
know.
you
I don't
wouldn't
know why
have this
you would even
show.
question that, Tyler.
You wouldn't even have this show if you didn't like
Yeah, I'm talking on the internet,
some
therefore I'm
pretty
right.
intense prerequisites here.
Wait, did you take the test too?
Um, what test?
Oh, no. What have I done? Who have I chosen as a
There
co-host?
was a test?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm deeply flawed, and don't worry, I'm wrong about probably more than if RC Sproul is wrong about 60% in his estimation, whew, I'm like 80 at least.
Dude,
That's a
no kidding.
frightening thought.
Except for
I
me. I've got at least 50%.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Um, I don't even remember the last topic we were talking about before we went on that rabbit trail, but anyway, Theo Vaughn, pray for the guy. Do evangelism to God's glory and not your own.
Yes,
What else did we talk
indeed.
about? I don't
I
know.
mean, we just spent a lot of time talking about Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, that was a good amount. We love you, Theo.
We squeezed some Wes Huff in there.
Yeah.
So
Oh, by the
Wes,
way,
hit us up. Hit us up.
guys, don't forget all my over theologizers out there. Don't forget to do your daily 10 tags of Wes Huff. Tag at Wes Huff, and then just type go on at over theologizer immediately, and then press enter. Do you press enter to make a tweet?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well,
No,
press the
no.
tweet button. I'm not
Shows you
a
how much you use
I'm not a
Twitter.
tweeter. I don't be tweeting. Yeah.
Man, the blessed blissful ignorance of not knowing how to use Twitter.
Yeah. Well, most people are probably on a phone with it anyway. So
That's also true.
yeah,
There's a big send
that,
button there.
yeah,
Turns out it's the same on PC, just no touchscreen. It's a
yeah. You
keyboard.
just well, hey, some computers have a touchscreen.
Some do.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Not interested. No thanks.
Yeah. My kids love we homeschool, and one of our laptops has a touchscreen, and some of the curriculum we have is on the computer. We're not the homeschool parents that do everything on the computer because that's like
That's basically cheating.
yeah, I
Just kidding.
don't
I'm just kidding.
it's
I'm
not
just
cheating.
kidding.
It's just like I don't know. And if you're one of those parents, I'm sorry, but like that kind of defeats a lot of the purpose of homeschooling to me. Like you can get so much benefit out of going out in the world and actually doing stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. There are some programs that we use that are online, and they love having the touchscreen because they can interact with the
We can touch the screen.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah rather than using like a trackpad or something. So
Well, okay.
yeah, trackpad is a low
Let's
bar.
let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Well, there's only been okay. So this will tell you.
Oh,
I
is this another hot
primarily
take?
it's probably not that hot to be
Oh,
honest.
okay.
I primarily work on PCs. I do have a MacBook,
Boo.
but it has basically sat unused for quite a while. It's an old one though, really old, like
Mhm.
2012. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's an old
Pre M chip.
yeah,
It's
quite
still an Intel.
pre my marriage.
I was in high school.
Yeah. So it's great, but I I don't know why, but there are no PC laptops that have a trackpad as good as Apple's
Mm,
trackpad offering.
interesting.
It for whatever reason, Apple has knocked it out of the park with their trackpad.
Mm,
Miles above the competition. It's so intuitive to use. I wish that like they also okay. This will tell you how much I actually like the Apple trackpad. They make a like wireless like separate trackpad.
Uh-huh.
Um, it may just be called the Magic Trackpad. I don't know. It goes with their Magic Keyboard.
Mhm.
Um, I want that for PC. Like all things except for like maybe playing video games, I would use that over a regular mouse.
Wow. That's
But it's just
that's a
because
hot
like
take.
with the way, especially on a Mac, the way you multitask and you move windows around and stuff, it's so flowing.
Mm,
Like it flows really, really well. It's so much, but like a mouse feels clunky by
yeah.
comparison. But then you try to do like anything that requires like high precision, and then the mouse is like, "Hey, remember me?" you know.
Yeah. That
And the
still
trackpad
exists.
just can't do it.
Yeah.
But
That's a hot take. I
I
think
I would totally use a mouse or a track with a Magic Trackpad over a mouse
guys,
for like
comment down below.
90%.
I've never used I we have an iMac for church, so it's like the all-in-one. It's not a laptop. So we have the Magic Mouse and the Magic Track. I don't like the Magic Mouse. It's not very good. Um, or not the Magic Trackpad, the Magic Keyboard. You know what I'm trying to say. I've never used the trackpad.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the
So
Magic Mouse
no,
either.
it's garbage. The charge port at the bottom, like what are we
What were
what are
they
we doing?
thinking?
What are we doing?
What? Yeah.
Stupid. It does have good battery life though. I will give it that.
Yes,
But
that it does.
uh comment down below if Tyler is an insane person for saying that he would use any trackpad over a mouse. This is blasphemy.
Hey, come at me in the emails. I'll take it.
Why didn't we talk about this on our tech episode?
That's a good question.
We didn't really talk actual tech on our tech episode though. We just kind of talked about like the
It was less of a
implications of
tech
it.
episode and more of a like if you use tech, you're wrong.
Yeah.
While we were sitting there on our tech,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
which
but
whatever, I'll take
we
it.
our church recently got a new iMac. I'm affirming that. Shout out Reformed Brotherhood. I'm affirming that new purchase. It is long overdue, and the M chips are fantastic. I'm not an Apple guy whatsoever. I don't like the UI. I don't like much about Apple, but I will say, um, their M chips are very good. They work very well with their own
That
stuff.
is that is what I understand. They are surprising.
Yeah, yeah. Apple Silicone knocked it out of the park.
I'm trying to decide if I want to be pedantic or not.
You do.
It's
You do.
it's silicon, not silicone.
I don't care.
And you call yourself a nerd.
Ah, I just repeat what others
I
say.
call you a
But
nerd,
anyway,
if
yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah. Everybody calls me a nerd. It's all right. It's a compliment, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, we've had plenty of very nerdy conversations, so
But yeah, let me know about Tyler's incredibly steaming hot and awful take of using a trackpad over a mouse. Let me know how insane that is. Or
it's only for Mac. It's
yeah, yeah,
only for
yeah.
Mac.
Yeah, specifically the Magic whatever it's called. I
The
imagine it's
Magic
Magic
Trackpad.
Trackpad because that's what
Yeah.
they call all their peripheries, but yeah. Do you also have to charge it at the bottom, Tyler?
No,
You don't. Yeah, I'm sure
you
you don't.
don't.
I'm just picking on Apple cuz I don't like Apple. Hey, let's make them charge it where they need to use it.
So my stance is always like I'm not a big iPhone guy.
Mhm.
I've had Android phones for forever. Apple does some really fun stuff with their phones,
Yeah, like
like helpful
6
stuff.
years after Android does.
Well, whatever. They do some handy things, but their computers are solid,
Yeah, they are. They're good
and they
workstations.
they they run for a long time.
Yeah.
Like the fact is, like it's not great, but my 2012 MacBook Pro is still usable.
Yeah.
I think that says a lot.
Yeah. No,
That
they're solid.
what 14 years in computer years is forever.
That's a long time.
So
But
I'll take it.
you're not really like doing anything demanding typically with a Mac product.
I mean, it depends on what you consider demanding.
Yeah.
Like that's that's a big thing that people do a lot of graphic design and audio production on.
Yeah.
Um, like
They all use Apple.
yeah, and especially like when it comes to graphic design, if you're doing any sort of 3D rendering and stuff, that's pretty resource intensive.
Yeah, but
So
I would imagine if you were doing graphic design, then you would want something newer than 14 years.
oh yeah, this particular Mac can't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a lot of Ableton work on it, but
Yeah.
um, no, I mean, my current computer would be far better suited to that than
Your current
my.
computer
Well,
is
okay, I
far
know.
better suited for anything. If you guys
Okay,
don't know,
I
Tyler,
I think I talked about it in the first
oh yeah, you did. But yeah, hey,
one of the
we're
first
we're
episodes.
picking up listeners in Vietnam, Tyler. We don't know if they're new. We don't know if these people know or not. Tyler has about the most impressive PC out there.
And
It
it was
is
not because I don't know how to spend money and just buy really expensive stuff. I won it in a giveaway.
He did. He won it in a giveaway. He's not
Just want to
Mr.
clear my name.
Moneybags, but yeah, we'll talk about the specs some other day.
Have
It's
a
an
whole
impressive
episode
computer. Yeah,
dedicated
it's
to
just
it.
dedicated to yeah. We'll splice in the unboxing that you sent me.
Oh gosh,
Kids
nobody
running
wants to see
around,
that
almost breaking it. It was great.
multiple times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
But he never said at any point in those videos, "This is why we can't have nice things."
no.
So
But that did come later. I have definitely said that to
yeah. Well, if you
them.
have kids, you're legally obligated to say that, you
I
know.
think so. I think so.
And you know what we're legally obligated to say? If you like this podcast, give it 1 star or 5 stars, not 1 star. That tells you how much sleep I'm getting lately.
There
Let's
you
go.
go.
Give it 5 stars, and if you wanna give it 1 star, what do they do, Tyler?
They hit that star all the way on the right, Mr.
All the way
Joe.
on the right. It's a visual bug. It'll say 5 stars. Trust us. You can trust us, you friendly local podcasters.
Source, trust me, bro.
Yep, exactly. Also, tag us on Twitter. Yet again, I'm gonna request that our international listeners hit us up on Twitter. Let us know where you're listening from. It's always super cool to see when people are listening from far away, and I like to think in my head that none of them are using a VPN because that makes me happier. Also, email at us. Email. Don't email at us. I mean, I guess you can do that. I think that still makes sense. Email us at overtheologizing at gmail.com. Any questions you guys have, send us screenshots of all the times you've tagged West Huff and told him to come on the pod.
There you go. There you go.
Anybody you think should be on the pod, maybe you think your pastor would be really cool to hear on over theologizing. We'd consider Tyler. Would you consider that?
Actually, Joe, I want to speak directly to this listener for a second.
Oh, yeah,
Specifically you listener.
yeah.
I
You,
want to
Jeff.
talk to your pastor.
You hear that, Jeff?
I want to talk with them on this show. Your pastor. Get on it.
and and we're gonna call that pastor Jeff's pastor the whole episode. We're
The
not gonna.
entire episode.
Yeah.
I don't care if there is a Jeff anywhere near relation.
He might not even have a Jeff in his congregation.
Who's Jeff?
uh, where were we? Yeah.
Email us about
Yep.
your pastor, Jeff.
Yep. Email us about Pastor Jeff. Yeah. Any questions you guys have, whatever, just let us know.
Any topics or anything like that that you want to hear us discuss?
Tell us you think we're stupid. It's okay. Whatever you want to do.
I just kind of assumed that they already do.
Yeah, I think they already know. I think the cat's out of the bag on that one, but you never know. We could fool some people.
It's true. It's true.
Well, Tyler, at risk of
Mr.
going
Joe.
on another half hour talking about Apple silicon. It was lovely talking to you, sir, and
Indeed.
we we enjoyed everybody listening to us, even though we can't see you. And until next time,
But we can feel your presence.
honor everyone. Oh wait,
Wait.
podcast.
Wrong show.
Bye, guys.
See ya.